Hey, newly broke viewers. Want to get out of the rat race and get rich doing it? My next guest's book claims to have the blueprint for living more and working less. It's called The 4-Hour Workweek. Escape 9 to 5. Live anywhere and join the new rich. And it must be good because it was #1 on the New York Times bestseller list for like forever, or like 15 damn months. It makes me sick to my stomach. I hate you, Tim Ferriss. Here's the author. He's as hailed as I am failed. So, Tim, the title of your book promises a hell of a lot. It makes me a little skeptical. What is a 4-hour work week like? How do you do that?
Where I looked at how companies of 2 or 3 people could compete with companies of 2,000 to 3,000 people. And what I did is I just took that and applied that to my personal life and looked at case studies of people who had reclaimed time using relatively new tools. For most people, that starts with cutting back on unpaid overtime on the weekends and evenings. But there are some examples of people who take it down to 4 hours. But it's certainly not something you do overnight. The bosses don't respond well to that.
Yes, I was just thinking I wanted to just tell Roger Ailes that I was only going to come into Fox 4 hours a week and then demand a raise. But Tim, you're saying that probably
1 hour more than you do now?
Yes, actually, I only really work for 45 minutes. And even then, I'm so stoned. Tim, it's pathetic that I even have a job. Now, what is the first step in order to achieve this extremely successful but highly effortless lifestyle?
The first step really is looking at new measurements of time and how you spend that time. So first of all, I'd encourage everybody to look at their hourly income instead of their annual income, because it's very common that you might make $50,000 a year, get a raise to 55, but your workload goes up 20%. So you're actually getting demoted over time until you end up getting roughly the amount per hour of a Burger King employee while you're working as an investment banker, which seems to be the fashion at the moment. So a good way to approximate that is to just take your annual income, let's say it's $50,000, cut off the last 3 zeros and cut that in half. You make $25 an hour. So at that point, if you can go to, let's say, Ask Sunday, there's a company called Ask Sunday that will route your calls from a New York number to India, and let's just suppose that you're a single mother and your son wants the hot new toy of the season. Of course you are, like the Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah.
Rather than spend your entire Saturday looking for that toy, you call Ask Sunday, you say, here's my zip code, call every toy store within a 10-mile radius, reserve it for me, call me when it's ready, and you save yourself 5 hours. So $125 for 2 hours.
Tim, that may work if you want to Tickle Me Elmo doll, but I'm not that kind of sicko you think I am. You know, it's funny, I did the little equation for Bill, and it came out to 37 cents an hour.
Yeah. Actually, that was more than I made out.
Yeah. Now, Tim, your philosophy behind this book, does it matter more or less now that we're in a recession? I bet I can guess your answer.
I would say that it matters more, but precisely because I think retirement is in many respects a false idol. When you talk to whether it's .com millionaires or middle-class people who have retired, you find that it really doesn't redeem all of that waiting in the deferred life plan. So I think re-examining time, using tools to see exactly how you spend your time, like rescuetime.com or other free tools, is very important. And that isn't coming just from me. It's coming from people like the Work Family Advisor to Al Gore and Jack Welch. It's coming from all sides. So I think it's the perfect time to re-examine your priorities and where you're paying attention.
Now, you're a best-selling author. You speak at countless firms. So in order to sell your philosophy, which sounds inviting, you probably work 80 hours a week, don't you?
No, I actually spend very little time promoting the book and spend most of my time working on either writing, which is something I enjoy, or investing, believe it or not. But the important point is not being idle. So I'm not proposing that people lay on a beach rubbing cocoa butter on their stomachs for the next 20, 30 years.
Okay, just come out and ask me. I'm busy, but go ahead.
Is to simply reclaim their time, which is a non-renewable resource, unlike income, and then to apply it to the things that are important to them.
Okay. Now, I read you were working on a pilot for the History Channel. You're plotting to break a land speed record. You're training for a triathlon. You're planning a flamenco dancing trip to Madrid. Where do you find time to perform open heart surgery? That's what I want to know.
I'm working on open heart surgery, but I have short little hands, and they're not very good for reaching into the cavities.
That's too bad, because I knew you'd be good at it.
You have to stick to your strengths. Stick to your strengths.
I gotcha. I don't have any strengths. That's my problem. Tim Ferriss, congratulations on the phenomenal success of your book. Like I said, I hate you for that. But anyway, I'm gonna read it when I get home. The book is called The 4-Hour Workweek: Escape 9 to 5, Live Anywhere, and Join the New Rich. Thank you. We'll close things out with the